The weight of shadows. The day I returned home, the sky hung low, thick with a smothering gloom. I could already see the silhouettes of my childhood house rising through the creeping fog, its peeling paint and crooked porch whispering tales of neglect. I had spent years chasing shadows, mapping the uncharted territories of human fear and suffering. But it was here, among the mocking echoes of my family, that the real darkness loomed. I parked my car, the crunch of gravel beneath my feet oddly satisfying. I took a deep breath, feeling the weight of my past press down on me as I approached the front door. My mother had called earlier, her voice strained, feigning warmth but unable to hide the derision that seeped through her words. "You wouldn't want to embarrass us again, would you? Just be normal." Normal, a concept I had abandoned long ago. As I stepped inside, a wave of nostalgia washed over me. The scent of stale coffee and burnt toast clung to the air, but it was the silence that struck the hardest. My father sat in his chair, newspaper in hand, eyes darting away from me as if I were a ghost he could ignore. My brother was there too, casting a glance that seemed to slice through me, sharp with disdain. "Look who finally decided to grace us with their presence," he sneered, the bitterness in his voice instantly familiar. "Come to tell us about your little projects, mapping curses and plagues? Enough," my mother snapped, her tone laden with forced cheerfulness. "Let's not ruin the moment. I'm just glad you're here, dear." The eager facade crumbled under my gaze, and their laughter felt like knives, each chuckle another reminder of the years I spent trying to prove them wrong. I had been ridiculed for pursuing a path deemed unhealthy, delusional. After being fired from the CDC for leaking warnings about a virulent sickness, something they insisted was a mere coincidence, I devoted myself to uncovering the curse zones that threaded through forgotten towns, those territories shunned as local superstition. Their laughter pushed me deeper into the darkness I now commanded. "Do you remember the tales of Grey Hollow?" I finally asked, the name a whisper laced with a dread I could not hide. "The town where sickness swept through like a vengeful specter?" My father shrugged, dismissive. "Just more of your nonsense. It's all just folklore stories made up to scare children. You should really let it go." But I wasn't here to convince them. I was here to show them. With careful deliberation, I pulled out my tablet, the screen flickering to life, with maps, intricate, color-coded illustrations of plague routes, and geospatial data overlaid with history. Each dot represented a death, a disappearance, a curse. As the images unfolded, the room grew colder. I watched their expressions shift from skepticism to unease, the keen realization that there was something tangible lurking in my work. "It's not folklore," I continued, my voice steady. "It's a sentient plague. It moves. It feeds off fear and disbelief. It thrives in the shadows." My brother scoffed, but the tremor in his voice betrayed him. "You can't possibly believe that." "Then let me show you." I had brought something back with me, a remnant of my research, a vial filled with a murky liquid, a sample from the last cursed territory I had visited. "This is a trace of the plague," I said, feeling the pulse of adrenaline coursing through me. "It's been dormant, waiting for the right conditions to rise again." "You're insane," my mother gasped, backing away from the table. But it was too late. The air thickened, a palpable presence creeping through the room, coiling around us like a serpent. The glass rattled in my hand as I raised the vial, the liquid swirling with sickly colors. "I'm not insane," I insisted, determination hardening my resolve. "The only one who understands what this is, and I'm here to warn you." The shadows flickered, dark shapes bleeding into the corners of the room. Their laughter morphed into gasps as the walls seemed to pulse with life, the very foundation trembling in response to the truth I had unearthed. I could feel the ancient sentience stretching out, hungry for acknowledgment. "Please," my father stammered, suddenly unsteady, as if the ground beneath him had shifted. "This isn't real. You're just imagining things." "No, Dad," I said, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and vindication. "You refused to see it. You all did, and now you'll face the consequences." The shadows pooled around my family, creeping ever closer, transforming their fearful disbelief into something tangible and terrifying. I watched in grim satisfaction as their expressions shifted from mockery to horror. Then it happened, a piercing shriek that shattered the atmosphere, reverberating through the walls and chilling the air. The shadows converged, and I saw it, a visage formed from all their disdain, a grotesque reflection of their ridicule, twisted into a nightmarish shape. My family recoiled, fear etching lines deeper than any they'd ever worn before. I remained still, a spectator to their unraveling. "This is what I faced," I whispered, "the darkness you dismissed." As the shadows engulfed them, their cries intertwined with echoes of their past laughter, fading into a frantic symphony of regret. My heart raced as realization dawned on them. This was not a mere story. This was the cost of disbelief. When the chaos subsided, the room fell silent, the shadows retreating as if sated by their terror. I was left alone, a haunting reminder of what it meant to tread in the shadows of truth. My family had become the very embodiment of their contempt, a lesson etched in sinew and bone. With a heavy heart, I turned away from the devastation, the echoes of their fear ringing in my ears. I had returned home, and in doing so had become a warning, a testament to the rage of the shadows that lingered where the world dared not look. As I stepped back into the foggy embrace of the outside world, I felt no triumph, only the lingering weight of shadows. Forever haunting those who had laughed, the darkness was alive, and it would continue to breathe, weaving through lives forever touched by the curse of disbelief.